Hey everybody, back with another video reviewing what we had done last class, Thursday, April 9th, with the perks of being a wallflower, and kind of looking forward to what we will be doing this week with everything. So, last week we wrapped up part 2 of the book. Part 1 ended at Charlie's happiest point so far in the book. Part 2 ends at Charlie's lowest, without a shadow of a doubt. I want to go over some of the questions that you guys had, and just kind of add on to some points, or really just kind of clarify a couple things. Firstly, we learn about Aunt Helen's past, what had happened to her when she was younger. We learned that when she was, I think, 7 years old, a family friend molested her. So when she was very young, it was one of her dad's friends, a guy who was at the house a lot. Now I asked you guys, why does Charlie's mom feel guilty about Aunt Helen? Some of you guys were a little bit confused with this. Basically, this terrible thing happened to Aunt Helen, but did not happen to her sister, Charlie's mom. So Charlie's mom felt guilty that this stuff happened to her sister, and it affected her sister's whole life, to where Aunt Helen never had good relationships with men. She was abusing drugs, abusing alcohol, right? And so Charlie's mom felt bad that, she was able to live a normal life and have a great family, and her sister wasn't, and it wasn't really her sister's fault. Charlie, of course, doesn't like his birthday because that is when his Aunt Helen died. She was going to get his birthday present. In fact, he feels responsible, right? He feels guilty because she was going to get his present. And if she only bought him one gift like most other people, this wouldn't have happened, right? One gift meaning a birthday gift and a Christmas, And he says, if I hadn't been born in the winter, right, it wouldn't have been snowing and she would have been okay, and all of this. And, she could have been going to get groceries or, anything that day, and that happened. So, of course, it's not his fault. Now, I want to back up a little big picture and think about the fact that Charlie might be blaming himself for his Aunt Helen's death. He also, around this time in the book, could be starting to blame himself for his friend Michael's, because we've kind of gathered that Michael, when he gave Charlie this really sad poem about suicide, could have been trying to tell Charlie how he felt, and that could have been a cry for help, and Charlie didn't get it, right? And so as Charlie starts to realize this, he might blame himself for Michael's death too, and then blame himself for the deaths of the two people he was closest to in the whole world, which is a lot of weight to be on the shoulders of a 15-year-old boy, right? And of course, we learned that he was hospitalized after his Aunt Helen's death, held back an entire year of school because he was so depressed, right, and dealing with so many emotions and pain, and we'll learn a little more about that later too. And then he had not seen Sam or Patrick for 10 days until the New Year's party. The last time he saw them was the Secret Santa party, and him and Sam kissed. So, some of us had been thinking that Charlie was going to, really have feelings for Sam, and that it was unfair of her to kiss him because she had a boyfriend, and she had told Charlie, I'm too old for you, don't waste your time with me, da-da-da-da-da. I think it's very clear at the end of part 2 that Charlie was expecting that when Sam came back, her and him would kind of pick up where they left off and maybe get together. Seems he completely forgot about Craig, or thought that she was done with Craig because she kissed him. He was very confused, and when he finally gets to see Sam and Patrick for the first time in 10 days, Craig is there, and so this is his sign of, oh man, things aren't going to be what I thought they were going to be, right? And he goes to this party for New Year's Eve. Some of you guys noticed, as I mentioned it, he does take some drug that he doesn't even know what the drug is, given to him by someone he doesn't know. He said, some kid gave me this, right? So Charlie is dealing with a very bad experience from drugs, and at that party he can hear Sam and Craig getting it on in another room, and this is his, final, wow, she's not going to be with me. What's going on in my life? He's feeling all this stuff about his Aunt Helen. He's feeling all this stuff about Michael. And at the end of part 2, that's when he says that he understands the end of the poem Michael gave him, which can mean a few things. One, he could understand why Michael gave it to him, right? Which would make Charlie feel even worse. He also could understand it, meaning that he can relate, right? A lot of you guys said Charlie was seeming kind of suicidal here, and that's definitely true. Now, of course, this is only the end of part 2 of the book, right? We're only halfway done. This whole book is letters written by Charlie, so I know that that's quite a cliffhanger, but of course he does not kill himself there, right? Charlie will keep writing as we keep reading, and so that's kind of where we're going to pick up today, see what happened to Charlie after that party, what happens with his life moving forward. One thing I want you to notice is how spaced out his letters are in what you read today for Tuesday. There's a lot of time between each letter, and ask yourself why. I'll probably put that as a question for you. Anyways, guys, talk to you later. Hop into the Google Hangouts if you need to chat. Take care. Bye.